So the all important do's and do nots. Let's go through this thing. This is kind of years of experience condensed into these key points to avoid and to not avoid. Okay, first of all, you've got to understand the fundamentals of the templates and the software. It saves so much time. I mean, before I even started animating, I spent hours looking at what we had on the template front, looking at what we had on the asset front. I know I did a video on this separately, but it's so key that I feel like this is a point that needs to be, you've got to understand your tools, but at the same time, you've got to animate. I think that before I'd even done a client video, I'd probably done 100 minutes of animation just for, podcast and radio. And I don't even recommend that. I think you should be trying to get client work, as soon as possible. But you've got to animate, whether it's passion projects while you're waiting for work to come in, whether it's, really low price project work, whatever it is, you've just got to animate, animate, animate. Um, and the third point that you should do is understand the limitations of the software. It's template animation. The client should know that. You should know that. There's a hell of a lot we can do with it. Like I say, I've worked with some of the biggest firms in the world doing it for, but there's limitations. You've got to know that. You've got to know your workarounds, and you've got to know when to outsource and when just to say, look, I can't take this project on. Um, Something to avoid is spending too long on the animation. Very easy to be trying to find the exact perfect background, the exact that, the exact this, trying to do really complex things when a client requests it. Sometimes you just say, look, this is a template-based animation. That's not possible, I'm afraid. Unless they're willing to bring in $10,000, then it's not an option. So yeah, definitely take your time with the animation, but you shouldn't really be spending too much longer than an hour or 2 hours per minute of animation, obviously on top of all the client response time, the revisions, so on and so forth. And going back to that point earlier, you can't be trying to be, a perfectionist before you start selling. Start selling from the jump, start selling from the get-go, and the clients will teach you. They'll let you know if it isn't perfect. And then also not regularly saving work. So you've got to, when you're on Beyond, it doesn't always automatically save your work. So always be clicking that save button, like anything else, just to make sure that you're not losing the hours that you put in, especially on a big project. And if I had to do it all over again on an animation side, I'll be trying those more high level creative ideas from the get go. I'll be trying to do the split screen. I'll be trying to, see how we could mask some of the transitions between actions. I'll be trying that earlier on. I think I'll be a better animator, and obviously be able to sell more today if my skill level had been, if I've been practicing taking it to the next level. It doesn't take all the time in the world. You just have an idea, you watch really high level animations, and you see what you can bring in quickly, efficiently, and easily. So yeah, that's my overall checklist of do's, do nots, and what I'd do if I had to redo it all over again.